want to talk about the YouTube number trap. The YouTube number trap, as we know, if anyone has even made even the liquor of content, if that's even the word, you make a video, it feels pretty good. You know, you get engagement, it feels pretty good. Rightfully so, it's a beautiful feeling, and I can vouch for that. Someone who has over 700 plus videos, it's a really great feeling. And you know, let's say to the people who do make their living online, self-image online, you build a following, that tends to become the trap we tend to do. We tend to, you know, blend that in with our self-worth and our own identity. And I know it's a really hard thing to avoid, tying our self-worth to our numerical achievements, if you will. And I've struggled with this, and I still struggle with this myself. It's something I need to overcome. You know, and things are going according to plan. It's very easy to tie your self-worth and your self-esteem with the sheer quantity or quality of, let's say quantity in this scenario, because I actually gave myself a good link to talk about later on in this video. You base your self-worth and self-esteem on the quality of numbers you achieve, which is already a bad thing because you're making it external. We know that happiness and self-worth comes from within, and we give ourselves that permission to put ourselves in the position to give ourselves happiness, because it really does come from within. But when you're so reliant on other people, you know, and it's not going your way, you're gonna feel you're essentially a slave to them. You're a slave to them, you know? And I feel for this myself sometimes, man. Sometimes I'll be waking up in the morning, check my YouTube channel, oh, numbers aren't really doing as good as I'd want. I get upset. I know it's not a very intelligent thing to do, of course, and you know, that's why I called it out. However, when you're a content creator, you know, and you do something for a living, you really do something a lot, it's very easy to be caught in the trap of making your whole self-worth numbers. Which is really funny and ironic, because when you came to this earth, you didn't even know what numbers were. And you're a kid, you already had your self-worth. It's not like your parents told you self-worth is based on numbers for the most of us, I'd assume. So we were solid, we were straight. But it's a content creator trap. Not even just content creator, just anyone with a digital image, digital footprint. It's very and easy. It's very easy to base your self-worth on, you know, your accomplishments online, and it's not an applicable approach. It's not something which is sustainable in the long term, because you're so reliant on other people who really don't even know you. They don't know you, they know you, you don't know them, you know? It's not a good approach to go by. It messes you up in the long term. Now, I'm sure when you're winning, when you're in your winning phase, you'll be blinded to it. It's like a drug. You know it's bad for you, but you're still on that high, so you didn't really experience that low yet. Eventually, and this is what I'm going to say, is perfectly normal, everyone's going to have that time when they fall off, or they're maybe stagnant in their career, they're not really doing the best as they could. It's going to go stagnant, you know. Maybe numbers won't be going up as much, your bank account won't be going up as much. You're not going to feel as good. Then this is where the problem happens, because you base your entire self-esteem, your self-identity, your self-image on numbers, numerics. This is something I still struggle with and I need to get over. But it's really hard to do, especially when your job is online work. This is very hard to do and overcome. And I'm still learning. I don't have the answers. But I do have the awareness that I need to stop making my worth solely contingent on numbers, because it's never done good for me so far, and it won't. Moving on. So changes are to be made on my behalf, my angle, my viewpoint, you know? Changes are to be made. Because I'm not fond of the approach I've been doing. It hasn't been doing me any justice. And speaking to anyone else who makes content, let's say your career's not really pushing forward the way you want. I've done some research on the internet, and I found some people kill themselves because they've been stagnant in their follower count, Instagram followers, and career. And the pressure just gets to them too much and they end up killing themselves. And it's very unfortunate. It is very unfortunate. It's very sad. It is sad. It's not pleasant at all. I think autumn's coming. Look, the leaves are ripping around. I mean, it is August, so I shouldn't really be surprised, but that autumn's on the way. So until you get outside, just sit down, you look at nature, you really look at life for what it really is, and say, damn, this is really it. Simple stuff. We get too caught up online. And I get it, you know, your money's online work for a living. It's very hard to detach from that sometimes. It's hard to detach. But we have to train that mental muscle the same way we do in the gym. The same way we train that mental muscle in the gym. You have to do the same in real life. And it's going to take time. But I would say, and this is the approach I'm doing, and I haven't really figured out a solution to this because it's still a problem I'm going through now. Just to, you know, get back in your mind, get sane again. I'd probably just say, remember who you were. Remind yourself of all of the great things you did, you know, which required you not having money. Remember the people who care about you, the people who love you. And if you think no one loves you, there's a spirit that loves you, God. He's always there for you, man. He won't force it upon you, but he's behind that door. He's a gentleman. He will knock. Just if you want to open that door. There's no lock available. So you can open up if you want. Something I've been struggling with. I call it the YouTube number trap. Basing your whole entire self-worth on metrics. And when things aren't going according to plan, this is where people start to sell their souls. Tisha made a video recently, don't sell your soul for money and clicks. But I can also understand why people do it. You gotta make a living. It's just sad how people, you know, have such a low self-image to the point where they would fall to where they would have to display themselves in that form of light. Just something that's clearly immoral. Acting like a clown. Twitch streamers is very prevalent, but also some YouTubers too who are around my age, and it saddens me also how people have such poor self-image that they would have to make themselves display themselves in an embarrassing light for the sake of profit, or maybe even prostitution, as some people do. I remember I saw this one YouTuber, I won't say his name. I think it's about 21. He has quite a big following. So he has one of the most punchable faces, I'll tell you that much. But his views were stacking down. This guy crashed his car and purposely crashed his car. And he did it for the sake of profit. And did it work? Yeah. But it's like, you nearly threw your life away, purposely, for the sake of clicks. It's like, damn, it's like, you know, where is the self-respect of people nowadays? You know, the common saying, the love of money is the root of all evil. I think it is true. And that's not necessarily to say money is evil, but the actions people do to, you know, acquire said thing does lead to evil. You'd be surprised. Envy's a real thing, you know. People kill each other because they want their clothes. People rob. Some situations, I guess you could say it's justified, but it doesn't really justify the actions, but you can understand them. But I'm sure they mean noble. Specifically referring to third world countries and whatnot. But don't fall for that metric trap, that YouTube number trap. I'm calling it YouTube number trap because I'm posting on YouTube and primarily talking to the YouTubers here. You know, don't fall for that trap. Don't base your self-worth on that. You may be blinded to it. It's like with NoFap. You know, you do NoFap, and let's say, damn, they're having sex or what? Damn. Oh, you don't get to it, man. I'm not gonna interrupt your intimacy. Say with NoFap, you know, you have this mindset of, oh, the more days I don't jack off, I'm gonna feel even better. And you keep counting these days. I used to do this myself. You keep counting these days. You're feeling great. The more higher the days, the better you feel, right? So you're kind of numb to it. Like you're still in the curse, but you're numb to it. You don't really see it yet until that one day you jack off, and then your self-image goes down because you place the self-image all on the numbers of the days you haven't jacked off. It's the exact same with YouTube. See what I'm talking about? Don't be this guy that, when sense of NoFap, that is on NoFap. Because before we even started jacking off, we were just a guy who doesn't fap. That's who we should be now. Just be I don't class myself as a person on NoFap anymore. I just view myself as a person that doesn't jack off. Same with YouTube. I think the mindset and approach I should take now, don't be this guy who's just obsessed with numbers. But if you were to attract a good amount of people by my standards, it's a good thing, but I won't place my self-worth on that because views are temporary, you know? Well, it's not temporary, is the thoughts and feelings you feel in your head. And so long as you live, you'll be of yourself 24/7. That being said, master your mind, especially in isolation. Know who you are so these external factors don't bother you. Do that, you're winning.